Okay, so here we are, and another update on Ratton Central. Having made no progress for a number of years, as I said I would, I'm cracking on a bit. So what you can see here is I'm getting ready to build my harbour scene. Now this is effectively going to be, if you like, a shunting layout as part of the main layout. So what I've done here is I built the box really that it's going to go in. Now this is just cheap, simple, single thickness corrugated card. Now, we've had a number of people sort of comment, this is the way we do things. What I should have done, of course, is intricately planned this, worked it all out, know exactly what I'm going to do here, buy lots of nice, really good material to make it properly. But you know us, that's not what we do, it's not what I do. So what I tend to do is I knew this is what I wanted. I had this lying around, didn't cost me anything. So it's just been glued to the beams, glued in the base, and then I've used offcuts to do the ends. And that'll be fine. By the time I put extra card on that and that sort of thing, hasn't cost me anything, took me an hour to build. You know me, I think time wasting planning is sometimes prevarication. I like to just get on and build, but I know that's not everybody's style, but I think most of you that watch us now know that's how we work. Same with the platforms here, some just big oddments of, this was very robust actually, thick corrugated cardboard. So this will be my platform, little station building there. This is where the rail bus is going to live. So there's no passing loop here for a more conventional carriage train. This is purely for a rail bus, and it will be stored there so it's out of the way. Because by sitting here, it doesn't interfere with the runaround loop, the head shunt or the sidings. So we'll probably have some kind of little slipway or ramp here. I've just ordered a couple of resin barges, just little barges. One will sit here somewhere unloading. I've got a lovely little resin fishing boat. And one of the barges I'm going to convert to a little passenger ferry. So that will justify my passenger traffic. I've also got a cunning plan to do this slow incline, a bit like Market Town, with some very, very low relief harbour villages here. If you picture the kind of pastel shade Cornish village, going up here to make something of the height, to give me some more depth, nice stone retaining wall, and again to give a justification for the station, because we'll have a little town that needs servicing, little station down here, little bit of fish traffic, little bit of passenger traffic, some light freight, and that will work really well. And then round here, when the time comes, I'll work out how this is going to go. The actual main town scene will come here somewhere, put some tunnel mouths in. It'll all work when we come to do it. If Doug slings a little to his right or left, this is the building I was talking about. So this is a standard old super quick police station, and I built it as sort of a station. I added the canopy on the back, but what that's going to be when it's been repaired, that's going to be a post office sorting office. Now a lot of you know that in real life the post offices were next to the stations, because that's how the post was transferred, using cages that they call brutes in later days. So I haven't got that. That's actually a fire brigade Land Rover, but I have got downstairs a red Morris Minor post office van. So that's going to look really great in there. And then the idea is they'll then also use the bay there. That's the bay for the harbour, but it'll also be a parcels bay, so it increases the traffic for the station. So lots of planning going on. Really looking forward to what we can do with the harbour. Getting quite interested now. I might work on this because I like shunting layouts, and this will give me a chance to do some work, but I also want to get the town scene finished, and that's going to work, I think, really well. And then what we're going to just film next in a minute is something new that I've got. Shall I run it round?
How many wagons?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 wagons, including 3 double bogie wagons. Now this loco, you've seen one of these before. This is the second one I've bought. This one cost me £8. It's just bonkers. These are slagged off because they're Mahano, made in Yugoslavia. Fake American colour scheme with European couplings. Everything's wrong about it, which is why nobody wants them. Weighs an absolute ton. Will run, it's got all-wheel drive, all-wheel pickup. It's just going to disappear into the harbour. If you keep it filming, Doug, you see how many wagons it's got. There you go. And then if we come round the other end here, just watch the way watch the way that it runs, even at slow speed, pulling all those wagons. And Doug will film them all so you can see them. It would pull more, I just haven't got the rest of my Continental wagons up here yet. Now, yep, it's an American loco pulling Continental wagons, but I've got a cunning plan. You've seen some of my other locos with my own European colour scheme, and I'm a penchant to repaint that and do a bit of a layout somewhere as if it's my own railway system in some far-flung foreign country, using American locos that a lot of people did. Pulling great big long freight trains. And that loco is smooth, quiet, utterly reliable. Cost me £8. I've got Hornby locos I've paid £40 for to get that sort of running, and I think it would pull even more. And I have got quite a lot more, because again, these are Continental wagons that very few people in the UK are interested in buying. I've just bought a load more actually for like £3 each. The yellow container one there is an immaculate Lilliput one that cost me about £8 including postage. It's just finding a layout where I can show it off, but I'll stop it there because I'll explain what a plan that's kicking around in my head. In front of you is the Fiddle Yard. If you can pan out a bit more. What I'm just wondering is if I changed the layout a little bit, left a couple of running loops, because the Continental stations I like have 3 running lines. With a bit of work, I think I could put a little Continental scene in here, keep the diesel depot, but they put the Continental diesels in, do something a little bit scenery through there, little Continental looking, don't know how I'll do it. And then it can still work as a Fiddle Yard for when I'm running UK locos. But I could use it then to run these through. And I've got some nice passenger coaches and all sorts of things. So I could literally use the rest of the layout as a loop, almost like an exhibition loop, just to support this as my Continental layout, without impacting in any way on my British layout on the other 3 sides, which would then effectively become the Fiddle Yard for this. I've seen a guy did it on an end-to-end, which was really impressive, round a room, and he had one end was Italy and one end was Great Britain, and that's what he did there. He used one as the Fiddle Yard for the other. So I'll kick that one around as an idea. So what we can do, if we're stopping to say, I'll put a different loco on here in my unique colour scheme, and we'll run that as well.
As soon as it comes, yeah.
So what we're going to have coming through any minute now is an express freight. Now this is my £10 Bahana loco, the one that was really painted to look like a British loco, and I've repainted in my colour scheme and weathered, pulling an express freight. You see why I'm getting excited about my own loco ideas, can't you? That's £10 that loco. You've seen that mentioned briefly in another video. It doesn't run quite so slow, but it does pull the freight rather nicely. And obviously that could be on the other line because we've got 2 lines up there running the other way. But if I pause it in a minute, then Doug can zoom in a little bit and have a look at the colour scheme. So the noise in the background, unfortunately, is this particular loco. However, I bought this, it was effectively brand new, it's still in its sealed package. It's a little Joof diesel that I've repainted again into my colour scheme. It actually runs exceptionally well. It's just rather noisy. I think it was one of their basic range. But it runs rather well. It's just noisy. But it pulls all that lot quite happily. So that could run on my layout. I've got a couple more. I've got a Lima one. I've got, as you know, 3 or 4 of the American outline ones. So we could have quite a lot of fun with this. And I'm rather pleased with my own colour scheme. So once, at some point, you will see a Continental HO Continental layout up here, I think. If only so I can run all this stuff I've got. Because that's still pulling 8 wagons. And interestingly, it's quietening down a little bit now it's had a run. So who knows? That might be an okay runner. And then when Doug comes around, we'll just show you the other one. There we go. Now this is one of the lemur ones that you're familiar with, repainted. When it runs, it's a gorgeous quick runner, very quiet, but unfortunately it's a bit of an intermittent runner. But there you go. It's a little project that we might get round to. And although it's noisy, it's quite a good looking shunter, and it just runs around quite happily. So that's as always. Thank you very much for watching. Another little update of progress and a beginning of an idea for another layout. It's a good job I'm retired, isn't it? Otherwise I'm not going to find the time. And there we go. As always, thank you very much for watching. Hi, thanks for watching the video and for the nice comments. Click on the left for a previous video in this series, click on the right for another video you might enjoy, and please don't forget to click to subscribe, like, comment, etc. Thanks again.